the latecomers can complain. He can write 1,000,000 times, I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything. The sound has gone away. There is no sound. He can't be heard. Latecomers. He can't be heard. No one who can hear. Can I hear that side? Me this side I can't hear. Yeah, you went like that. Lo, 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 lo. Yeah, I hear the sound disappeared. Yeah, 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 yeah. People who enter the meeting first, for them, they are silent, waiting. Yes, they are very patient. Even someone sent me a message, I'm about to break my phone. Me, I'm going to break my phone. I can't hear you. I'm going to leave the meeting. It is eating my time. I can't hear you. It is eating my time. The meeting is not starting. My time is going. You are over delaying. I'm going to go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, the network kicked me out, so I had to come back a little bit better to balance everything. But good morning. Good morning. I hope you are doing well today. My health is not so good 100%, but I'm going to make sure that I do what is possible to be done, and then come to the end of the meeting today. Yes, but before I get started, Leader Marina, reach out to me if you are here. Yes, so that we can run out our promotions very well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Uganda and you have not yet booked your slot for the boot camp, do not regret. Do not regret. I repeat my statement. If you are here and you have not yet booked your slot for the boot camp and you are in Uganda, yes, do not regret. Do not say, I did not tell you. Hey, do not say, I did not tell you. Do not say, I did not do my work. I've done my work. Okay. Uh, uh, I will be in this boot camp. I'll be talking about key factors to position yourself for this bull run, how to take advantages of Royalq and make your first $1,000,000. Okay, and so much, and so much. I cannot break. I want people to miss out in good spirit. Yes, I want people to miss out in good spirit without complaining. So if you are in Uganda and crypto is your thing, and you say you are in a crypto, and crypto is your thing, please make sure you do not miss out. Leader Marina, if you are here, drop your number in the chat. Let people reach out to you so that you can be able to purchase your ticket. A lot of fun will be there. Your purchases is not to facilitate any of the facilitators. It's for your personal expenses that will be happening in those different venues to make sure that everybody enjoys accordingly. So, like I said, tomorrow the meetup, our meetup will move to Mbarara. Tomorrow we shall be in Mbarara City and those areas around there. And those who would like to book their slots for the boot camp, yes, it is open. Yes, it is open, either V1 or you are V6, anybody. It's now open to everybody. It's no longer limited to V2s and above. It's open, and open to anyone as long as you can be able to attend. Venue. I think the flyer is out. I will not go into venues of the boot camp. You need to pay. You reach out to Leader Marina, you'll be added to a special group after you have done your payment, and you can be able to follow through on the different activities happening. Okay, let's get started to today's training. Let's get started to today's training. Let's get started to today's training. Okay, let me share my screen. And then we get started. Today, I just want to finalize. Today, I just want to finalize my last part on Royalq. Today, I just want to finalize my last part on Royalq, especially on the I'm really very happy because Royalq listened to my cry. I'm the one who wrote Royalq. And I was like, but Royalq, are you serious? Do you want to say that you just want to expose our money? Hmm? Because the other time, when I could open the phone, someone could confidently come in my chat. I know how much you have in your Royalq. So now, Royalq has been very faithful to me. It has listened to my prayers. Now you can tap here and you hide your money. I said, Royalq, get serious, please. Do not just do anything you want. You are not allowed to expose our money. And I'm very, very happy, very happy. Yes, now you can confidently hide your money. So if you want to see it, you can tap there in the corner and you see it. If you don't want it, is still okay. Can we give some love hearts to Royalq? Because people would inbox me, hey, you money, you have capital. Oh, you money, you have a lot of floating, hey, you money. Now, I share my screen in one spirit. There is no this one Z. Hey, I know your capital. You have increased it, yes? Upon. Now I will move with my money silent. Now I see those who want to monitor me. Those who want to monitor me are very annoyed. So, it's okay. You don't want to monitor. Let me monitor. You no longer monitor. Yes, yes. So you can now hide your money. So if you want to see it, you can also see it by tapping on this new icon in the top corner here that I've circled. So when you tap on it, it will show you, do you want to show statistics? You tick and you save, then the statistics will appear. Hey, I see people want to monitor me, but why? Why did they remove it? It is for our own safety. It is our money. Even if you see it, it does not become yours. So why do you get annoyed? I usually no monitoring us. So now you can tap on that corner there. You can now tap on that corner there and you monitor and you either expose your account or not. So when I tap here, show statistics, I don't want to show my statistics. So if you're on your own phone and you want to see your personal statistics, please go ahead, switch it on and save. So these issues, people, I want to come on Zoom. Someone told me, you are inboxing me. You have some good capital so that I see how much you have. It is now done business. You never see it. I'll never show my statistics. So I'm not willing to open here. So for you, if you want, someone is saying, show us. No. For you, if you want, switch it on and save. And basically, your money will be up here very easily displayed. Thank you, Royalq, for listening to our cry. I'm one of the people who cried. I'm the one of the people who cried. Please, this is not good. Then too, Royalq has also brought in something very good here on create. You can now just tap on strategy and then you tap on create. So you can confidently now create your bot from here without going into other things. I'm also very grateful that Royalq has also brought in the settings when it comes to futures. You see, when Royalq introduced when Royalq introduced trading, especially in the future markets, it did not bring in indicators. Okay, but now recently we can see that Royalq introduced indicators, and when you open on futures here, which we are very soon going to talk about, Royalq has introduced two areas. We have the area of long and we have the area of short. What does long stand for? Like I promised, very soon I'm going to come and start teaching this. Long means you predict that from where you have entered, the market has gone up. Then short means you predict that from where you have entered, the market will go down. So this is a short. When the market is, you plan, you think the market is going to go down. This is long. Here you think the market is going to go up. So Royalq has brought that into statute. Then also here on trade settings, when we come to manually create, I want to be grateful to Royalq. Royalq has also brought in leverage. Okay, when a leverage is higher than 1x, the risk of liquidations increase. Please be conscious of this risk. What is leverage? Leverage means that you have started with the capital, let me say, of $10, and you want Royalq, sorry, the exchange, not Royalq, to borrow you some money that you don't have. Let me say you do not have $100 and you say I need a 10x. So you are saying exchange, multiply my money 10 times. So you had $10, so you now have a capital of $100. This money is not yours. You only have $10. So when you make your profit, they will always take away their what? They will always take away their money plus some simple charges because the money is not yours. Okay, so you are borrowing. It's called leverage. So Royalq has also increased our leverage up to 20x. So you can be able to allow the exchange Binance to multiply your money by 20x. So you were planning to trade with $10,000. So it multiplies this 20x 20 times. Hey, 20 times. Eh? It's up to you. You can go up to 20x. That's the maximum. And just to know that that the market will go up and your leverage is so much and the market takes the other direction, hey, you burn the finger. Here there is no floating loss is killing me. Floating loss is killing me. Here when things change, you enjoy the effect. They soap the money. Yeah, your money. they soap the money. But very soon, yes, we are going to talk about this. But the beauty about this is here, and that's where I will base my sharing in the coming days. I have not yet understood. Yeah, the risk is high. Here you will lose money. Yes, if you don't use leverage, your risks are very low. If you use leverage, you will lose money. By the way, even if you don't use leverage, in the futures, once the market takes a different direction than you predict, things you can sort. Yes, there will be there is real loss in futures. You know, I don't want to pretend and put cake here. There is real loss. So the market takes a different direction, there is real loss. But the loss is a little bit different with Royalq because there is margin calls. So we shall do a deep dive into this in the coming days. But the beauty about what Royalq has basically introduced is that we can still use our indicators. Okay, we can still use our indicators like RSI, like KDJ, like MACD. Okay, we can still use our indicators like RSI, like KDJ, like MACD to also be able, for example, someone says RSI, to have, do you want the RSI to buy when it is less than, greater than, anything here provided. And also you can have margin call switched on or off. You can also, this is very good, in futures, you also have price range. In which range? Yes, do you want your robot to be able to trade? You know, the price range is for the first buy of the chosen coin. The bot will only execute the order within the price range. So the robot will buy within the price range you have put in between here, especially this side of futures. So basically, in the coming days, we shall also discuss futures for you. Those of you who want to enjoy leverage, especially, this is going to be so good. Let me see, people are very negative. But let me tell you, this one is going to be so good in the bull run. Yes, it is going to be so good in the bull run so that you can multiply your money very, very fast. So don't fear. Yes, you are going to be led through into a very professional way to give you tricks and tactics that could reduce your losses and be able to make money. So do not fear, do not run away from taking a risk. Okay. Do not run away from taking a risk. So the futures are going to be very, very good, especially in the bull run. When the coin is going to go up and you have done a 20x, you have done a 20x, and you had your $1,000. You have done a 10x, they have multiplied it 10 times. So you have now $100,000. The profit is usually massive. Yes, the profit is usually massive. You had your 1,000, they have made it 100,000. You had your 1,000, they have made it $200,000. The profit that comes with such a capital is massive. So this is going to be very good for us in the bull run when we enter the alta season. You just wait. So we want to prepare you before the Federal Reserve reduces the what? They call it what? I'm forgetting. You know, I'm not an economist. They call themselves economists. There is a group of people who count other people's books. They call themselves economics. Yes, the economists. Yes, the economists. The English girls and boys will come. Yeah, the economists. That one, statistics. Okay, so when the Federal Reserve lowers down interest rates, that was a joke. So when the Federal Reserve, so when the Federal Reserve lowers down interest rates, I hope more money will come in the market and we shall get there. So today, I'm not here economist or economist, any of the two, because I'm not the one who created the word. Any of the two, because I'm not the one who created the one. So let's get into our topic for today. Today, I just want to do my last sharing, especially when it comes to a few parameters that I want to look at. And that's where I basically want to base my sharing today, especially on a few important parameters that I haven't discussed that appear in your Royalq application to enable you go and make money until you forget your names, okay? Until you forget your names. So I want to base my Panphonic sharing. Yes, I want to base my Panphonic sharing basically onto that. Okay, so today I will base my sharing especially on the RSI and the stochastic RSI. I can only enter with a different exchange, not the one I'm using for sports. The risk is real. And the goal with is, also you can decide to stay with your money. Not these things of making money. You can decide to stay with your money. We have no problem with anyone. Okay. So let me start with this coin called the Chukesi. Chukesi. I don't know how the founder of this coin came with this name. And he named it Chukesi. Okay. So friends, we want to spend some time on RSI. If you cannot see my screen, double tap. So the RSI that we see, it has a value. The RSI we see here, it has a value, and the value is 14. So it refers to the 14 period relative strength index. And this is a momentum. It is a popular momentum escalator used in technical analysis to measure speed and change in price movements. The 14 indicates that the RSI is calculated based on the last 14 candles. Now, these 14 candles will depend on the time frame you have chosen. So when you come here, you see, give me one in the chat. If you choose 15 minutes, give me one in the chat if you can see this 15 minutes. So it means that you want the technical indicators to give you the analysis in 15 minutes. Give me one in the chat if you can see that. Me, I know. There are people here who multitask. I know by the time it is 7:30 or 8 in Uganda. I know it's still very early in Nigeria. I know some of you join these meetings while you are in the bed. Because my microscope, my telescope can see. You see, microscope sees the small things. But what people are doing are big. So mine can only see. Can you see? So it can show you. It can show you. Now this one I said, wait guys, which bull run? Don't, it is done. With 73 all-time high, we are now climbing down for the next halving. Don't throw stones to me, though it is just a speculation. But me, I don't stay around the negative people. You see, friends, the reason why this guy might be suffering financially is mindset. Because, you see, in this life, you reap what you sow. You see, when the mind of someone is thinking wicked, when the mind, I'm not throwing stones, but when the mind is crooked, it also has crooked thinking. Because when you are bringing analysis, you have to think before you bring analysis. You don't just speak about anything you read anywhere. Yes, throwing stones. You don't. You see, when people are online, they read a lot of things. When people are online, they read a lot of things. That it was made by someone. Yes, but before you borrow a crooked mindset, you need to first think. Hey, you need to first think what caused Bitcoin. Hey, hey, yes, this I'm very serious. What caused the Bitcoin to go to $73,000? Actually, the available factors that will cause Bitcoin to go beyond $73,000. You don't just throw a word. Guys, yes, that is life. You know, when you speak, what you speak, even if you put commas, don't attack me, don't run away, I'm just thinking it. Don't just think, reason. You know, there are three things that are not easy in this world: reasoning, understanding, and being knowledgeable. There are three things that are not common: reasoning, understanding, and being knowledgeable. There are so many people who are knowledgeable, but they don't understand. There are so many people who understand, but they don't reason. So if someone doesn't work on those three, reasoning, understanding, and knowledgeable, so many people are knowledgeable, but they don't reason. So many people reason, but they don't understand. So many people understand, but they are not knowledgeable. So you need to work on those three so that you have an equilibrium. Hey, let me leave that one and I go. So you must have the three: reasoning, understanding, and being knowledgeable. You might be knowledgeable, but you don't understand. You might be knowledgeable, but you don't reason. So you need to be a mind, and you think you write everything here. Hey, you don't come in my meeting and you think you write everything. You must have the three. You must be able to reason, you must be able to understand, and you must be able to have knowledge. Three. If you lack any of the three, then don't just type anything on my meetings. You go and type them anywhere, not mine. I'm a very, very serious young man. I have been here for 3 years. I've watched Bitcoin very closely. I've read a lot of books, my friend. I do long night sessions. You cannot come here and joke with me. You bring your kwankwa on my meeting. Hey, so you must have the three before you come here. Yes, you don't just come and type nonsense on my meeting. Knowledge at the same time. Don't type nonsense on my chat. I rest my case there. Let me continue. Let me continue. I rest my case. Let's continue. Now, you see here on the RSI, here, there is 15 minutes. So when you are coming on technicals, here, when you choose 15 minutes, you want the Royalq technical indicator to give you results that are happening in 15 minutes. But you need to understand RSI, this one that you are talking, it is 14. It is looking at 14 candles. 15 minutes. It is looking at 14 calculated depending on the last 14 periods, depending on the time frame being analyzed. So when you change from 15 and you decide to say 4 hours, okay, you might find that the results will be different depending on the time zones you have chosen. So as you do your analysis, as you up to make an entry in the market using these indicators down here, mind the time zone you are choosing. We also need to understand that the RSI ranges from 2. 1, it is a 0, and then this is 100. So it ranges from 0 to 100. Okay? And you see, when we are in the 15 minutes, it was at 43, but now you see it is at 49. Okay? And typically, the condition of the RSI in the Royalq, if it is above, it is below 20, it is in the oversold. If it is above 80, it is in the overbought. So you must be able to know those two. Now, I hope that is very. I want to go to the stochastic RSI. So the stochastic RSI, which is a 14, 14, 3, 3, what does it mean? This refers specific configuration of the RSI oscillator, a momentum indicator used in technical analysis to assess the relative position of the closing price with the recent trading range. Let me give an example. Now, the stochastic RSI has two lines. It has what we call a slow line. If I had, I'm going to open trading view. It has a K line. And this K line is usually the slow line. Then it has the D line, and the D line is usually the faster line. Now, when they say that the stochastic RSI is a 14, they say that the stochastic RSI is a 14, means that the number of periods it has looked at are for 14. So it means that if you put in the 4 hours, the first 14 here, we look at the 14 candles. Then the additional one, the next one, then the 3, this one, then the 3 is the line. So the moving average of the K line, in this case, it is the difference. I don't know how I'm going to explain this to be very clear. I don't know how I'm going to make this. How am I going to make this clear? Because I don't want to cause confusion. Am I going to make this very clear? Now look here. Let me be very slow in explaining this. We have this stochastic RSI, and we also have this stochastic RSI. Now, 14 I want to simplify it. Someone says, please find a way because I'm soon getting. I don't know, but I'm also I'm also finding a way to simplify it for you. I'm also finding a way to simplify it for you. I understand what I'm talking about, but now explaining it in an easy way. Okay, let's go. 14 is looking at 14 candles, depending on the time frame you have chosen. 3, this 3 here. Let me first explain this, then I start with this. The 3 is a moving average it is a moving average to the K line. So the 3 moving average to create, now when I bring in the D line now, Alex, let me know how I can make it a little bit very easy, but now I need now to go mathematical. But I might now cause confusion. I'm worried I might cause confusion. Okay, let me first explain 2 lines. There are 2 lines. Okay, let me find a way. There are 2 lines in the stochastic RSI. Let me get there so that I create meaning, but it's not easy. It is not easy. Let me get there. It's not easy, but let me see if I will manage. Let me see if I will manage it as if I'm the one who created the indicator. But let me see if I will manage to explain it. A layman is understanding. Let me try. Let me try if I will try and explain. So let me put in the stochastic RSI here to explain. I think it will help me explain. Can we see this? So this is the stochastic RSI. Can we all see this on my screen? It is the stochastic RSI. I want to use this, then explain it the other side for you. The stochastic RSI, simple understanding. It starts from 0, this, then it ends on 100. Okay. So when it is at from 0 to here, when the market drops below this line on 20, it is basically in the oversold. And when it goes above this line of 80, it is in the overbought. Okay, those principles are the same. But what we are trying to look at are these parameters that Royalq has put for us in our Royalq. So let's go here so that I try to see if I could explain. Now, listen, friends. When they were building the stochastic RSI, I don't want to be a scientist, but I just want to try to explain. The lines are two. Okay, we have the K line and we have the D line. Okay, then we have the length. So 14, basically 14 is looking at 14 candles. 14 candles. Now, what we are trying to express is this one here. Give me one in the chat if I'm now trying to be a little bit clear. But now I want to go mathematical. And that's where now I'm trying to be a little bit clear. So parameters that you see, for example, on the stochastic RSI 1 in your Royalq, it is saying 14, 14, 3, and 3. Now, let me say this is a 3, and this is a 3. I'm trying to explain. Now, let me press OK. Now, these are the parameters, in short, that Royalq has put in the stochastic RSI that you have in your app. And I'm trying to find a way of explaining them so that you understand them. Give me a two in the chat. If now I'm trying to make it clear. Now, these lines are two. And let me show them to you again on the start. The blue line, this one is the K, and the D is the orange line. Give me a 3 in the chat if you have understood. Now I want to go to the light. Now, who is confused? D. Now, what is confusing you, Stephen? I am not going. That's why I'm worried. Now I will explain. If you are getting, I'm not. Am I confusing anyone? We've not yet started, but what is coming, I don't know. If please be attentive. Because I'm worried if you don't understand here, I don't know whether you're going to understand my coming explanation. Can I go again? I'm even worried, me the one who's going. Now, the lines are two. I'm trying. What are you confused about? Let me tap on the settings. This one is the K, and this one is the D. So when I go back to the chart, the lines are two. One is a K, another one is a D. So don't bring moving averages Z. This one is the K, and this one is the D. Give me one in the chat if that is clear. So how they move is determined by these parameters we have put up here. If you can now understand. So 14, in simple terms, 14 means that it is looking at the past 14 candles. This one is looking at the performance of the last 14 candles, and this one is looking at the performance of the last 14 candles. Is that clear? I don't know. I don't know if people are getting promotion. I will not. So each is looking at the performance of the last 14 candles. But how they move is this 3 and 3 that I want to explain. Are we together now? Now, the K, which is the blue line, it is 14 because it is looking for the last 14 candles. But the way how it moves like this in the chart is what we call the smoothing. How it moves, how does it come to move like this is what they call smoothing. Smoothing is how the line is being drawn. It is looking for the last 14 candles, but how it is being drawn, it using a parameter of 3. Give me a 2 in the chat if you are understanding. Then I explain where the 3 comes from. Are we following? This is my hardest topic. This is my hardest topic. Why not? The line is looking at the last 14 candles. each of these. But how it moves around like this, like this, like this, like this, how it moves around to be drawn, it's using a parameter of 3. And like it, that is called smoothing. So how the smoothing comes about is using a parameter of 3. So I want to tell you how they come up with the 3. Give me a yes if you are following. Sorry. Yes, I'm there. I was just trying to get my daughter off here. But are we following? Can I continue? Someone is saying, but have you understood that it is looking at the past 14 candles? Then how the line moves going up and down is called smoothing, and that is the 3 that I want to explain where it comes from. If you can't understand that explanation, I'm going to continue. Sometimes the teacher may end up also confusing himself, but we continue. Now you have, when you are commenting, you need to control your comments. You don't just comment. Yes, Robert, you have some respect. I'm not your father, nor am I your son. So when you are commenting, because if I was confused, I wouldn't come here. So continue when you are commenting. Yeah, yeah, it's very rude when I'm not even your relative, and you are not the one who invited me here. So when you are commenting, please, I'm just trying to find an easy way of explaining this so that I don't cause confusion. Yes, that's why I'm very slow in my explanation. So if we are together, let's continue. Give me one in the chat, then I explain where the 3 comes from. So the line, it is 14. That is where I want you to understand. It's looking at the 14 candles. But now where does the 3 coming? How does this line be drawn to just keep on moving like this, like this? Now, this is basic. This is 3 is the number of periods over which the K line is smoothened. Instead of using a row line, a 3 period simple moving average is applied to it to smooth out short-term fluctuations. Now, instead of them drawing a row line, they decide to use a 3 period moving average. Let us put it up here. Let us come here in the chart, and we bring in a moving average, a simple moving average. Okay. And this moving average, to create and understand, is going to be a very simple moving average. And so what we are going to do, we are going to remove this. We are going to remove the D line and we remain with the K line only. Now, I hope they're understanding. So let me make it clear so that now people can see. Can we all see that the three moving average in the chart is moving the same way? The three moving average in the chart, can we all see that it is moving the same way like the K line in the stochastic RSI? Give me a yes in the chat if you can see that. The three moving average in the chart is moving the same way. Are we now following? Yeah, like I said, it is not easy to explain. Sorry, guys, let me remove my baby here. Hey! It is not easy to be a stay-home dad. You know, so staying home dad is not easy, but we move. Okay, have I now been able to explain very well? Then I go into depth. Can we continue? Have I been able? Do you follow? Now, friends, first we discovered the period was 14. Now, the smoothing is 3. Now, also we have the D line. The number of periods used to calculate the D line, which is a moving average of the K line. So in this case, it is a 3-period moving average of the K line. The D does not have a smoothened line. Okay, the D, I'm going to summarize. The D does not have a smoothened line. So the number of periods used to calculate the D line, which is a moving average of the smoothened K line. In this case, the 3-period moving average of the K line. So the second 3 on the chart, the second 3 on the chart, the second 3 period, the second 3 period on the stochastic RSI, the number of periods used to calculate the D line, which is a moving average of the smoothened K line. In this case, it is the 3-period moving average of the K line. In summary, 14 will look back, will be the period look back at the calculated of the initial K line value. The 3-period moving average of the smooth K line. The 3-period moving average to create the D line, which is used to generate trading signals based on the crossover with the K line. So this line that is coming in here, let me return it. I don't know if I will make sense to someone. Let me explain now. So, what does K mean? Now I'm not the one who created the stochastic RSI. Now someone wants me to explain what K stands for, D stands for. I don't know. But can you understand what it means and how you use it? Am I clear? Give me a yes in the chat. Please don't overthink. Just stop on understanding, reasoning, and knowledge. You know, the challenge is still enough for you because you want to understand who was the founder of K, who was the founder of D. I don't know. But now, okay, I will. Nice. The reason why I'm explaining is that when you go to your Royalq, you will be able to understand. Now, let me explain. The period is 40. This 40 is for the K. Now, instead of you having this moving average here, this moving average was brought in the D perspective. Give me one in the chat if you understand. This moving average was brought in the D perspective. Give me a yes chat if you have understood. That's what I mean. This moving average of 3, instead of it being up here, it is the D to help you create signals. It is the D here. Give me a yes in the chat if you have now understood. It is the D. It creates signals. How? This that is looking at the last 14 candles. Whenever the crossover happens, like here, it is a buying signal. Whenever a crossover happens here, it is a selling signal. Whenever crossover happens here, it is a buying signal. Whenever crossover happens here, it is a buying signal. Whenever crossover happens here, it is a signal. That is what they mean. Give me a one in the chat if you have understood. So the 14 is looking at the periods. The 3 period is the smoothing on how this line is drawn. Now, the 3 period moving average is used to create this D line, this one here, which is used to generate trading signals on the crossover Z with the K line E. If you have understood, give me a 2 in the chat. So in short, D line is a 3 moving average. And when it crosses a line that is looking at the past 14 candles, it will be able to give you a trading signal. This helps traders to identify overbought or oversold conditions and positions of reversal, analyzing the relationship between the K line and the D line, the relationship between the K line and the D line, and that is the stochastic RSI in your Royalq. Now, I don't want to go into statistics, but it is just easy. How does the K line come in play? The K line will always look at the current price of the coin, the lowest price of the last 14 candles, and the highest price. Then it is calculated in percentage. That's how they come up with that. But I will not go into that now. I hope I have tried my level best to explain. So, in short, when the K line crosses above the D line, when the K line crosses above the D line, it indicates a buying opportunity. And when the K line crosses the D line, it indicates a selling opportunity. Is it clear now? Now let's go back to Royalq. Hey, I didn't know that if it will get clear. Now, look here. Can we continue? Ah, yeah. Now, Royalq here will not give you a crossover. Royalq here will not give you a crossover. I'm about to finish. But it will give you figures. It is up to you to understand that this line operates from 0 to 100. And when it is in between these figures, it will always indicate for you numbers here. So it's you, the user of this indicator, to understand what this means. Am I making sense to someone? I don't know. Now, I want to leave that to that, then I explain MACD. Why do we have a negative here? I want to explain this, then I go away. So I explained the other time and I said that the MACD is a moving average. And it is a moving average, just to remind you, the moving average of 12 and 26. The 12 is a faster line, this one, and 26 is a slow line. A little bit, it's longer. This one looks at the past 12 candles. This one looks at the past 26 candles. Now, when the value of the MACD is negative, focus here. When the value of the MACD is negative, it means that the 12 period exponential moving average is slightly below the 26 period moving average, suggesting that there has been a very slight decrease in the momentum over a short term compared to a long term. The negative value means that the shorter term moving average is slightly slower than the longer term moving average. Indicate the difference between the two moving averages is negligible. I don't know how I can explain this now in layman's understanding. This suggests that the market might be in a period of consolidation than that there is a strong trend in either direction. Now, when the market is in negative here, it means the market is in consolidation. It is not deciding. It's neither an uptrend nor a downtrend. Am I making sense to someone? Am I making sense to someone? And that's why here you will see neutral. The market. I don't know if I'm trying, but it's not easy to explain. It's not easy. Now, in practical terms, such a small negative value would generally indicate that the market is flat. The market is, they're trying to show you that the market is flat. This negative values usually indicate that the market is flat. The market is flat. There is no strong bullish and there is no bearish momentum. Traders would often wait for a more pronounced MACD value or a growth of the MACD line. So traders will always wait. I'm making sense. Hey, they are hard. But but I might try to say, so once you say negative here, just know the market is in between. They are trying to show you that the market, because these are important for you to know that the market is in between. It is not oversold. It is not overbought. It is in between. The market is neutral, like it's speaking sense up here. And these three, these ones are these ones interpreting for you here that the market is neutral. So these 9, they are here. These are moving averages. But these ones we shall discuss another time. Okay. But if you have now, when you open indicators here, if you can be able to interpret what you see here, give me a 1 in the chart. It is just interpretation. It is not entry or exit. But if you open your chart now and you can interpret and understand, because me, I'm not here to give you, I just want to help you understand. When I open my chart and I see this, what does it mean? Let me repeat for my brother here. Now, the stochastic percentage you see here, this line in percent, it means that it is looking at 14 candles. It is looking at 14 candles using a smoothing of 3 and a moving average of 3. And the result is, by number here, this moving average stochastic is at 39. The K line is at 39. What you see is that the stochastic length and RSI here is looking at a period of 14 with a K line of a 3, with a K line of 3 and a D line of 3. And the moving average, the stochastic average, is now moving at 18. So if we were to draw this line, it is below 20, so it means it is in the oversold area. Then this is the RSI, the relative strength index, looking at 14 candles, and for it, it's above 50. It's at 50. It is in the neutral area between 20 and 80. Is it clear? Then the MACD is negative, trying to give you that the difference between the 12 moving average and the 26 moving average. This time round, the 12 moving average is lower than the 26 moving average. It could be here like this. Can we all see here? Can we all see here? Can I open? Can we all see here? That this lower line here is the 12 moving average. Because if it was faster, it would cross over. So it is slower. It is slower than the 26 moving average. And that's why it is still negative, telling you that the market is neutral. So you see, remember, the other time when we wanted to trade, you would just look at this and say the crossover is going to happen and you want to enter the market. Give me one in the chat, those who attended these trainings. You wanted to enter the market. You wanted to enter the crossover. Now, look, you want to use the MACD to enter the market. You want to use the MACD to enter the what? The market. But the market is neutral. Yes, you can see the crossover here, but the market is neutral. The market has not yet decided. So you need to wait a little bit. Am I making sense to someone? You need to wait a little bit. I don't know if I'm now making sense to someone. You need now to wait a little bit before you go to your coin and decide to say, use the crossover to enter the market. Because it means in such a coin, you are going to delay longer in the market. Why? Because now you can see the reading here. I don't know if I'm making sense to someone, but I'm trying my level best. Okay, now let's go to the 15 minutes time frame here and see what it is trying to say on the technical indicator. Can you see? The other side, it was negative, but now it is positive. Can we see? Can we see the MACD? It is positive here. And the signal is a buy. Can we see the difference? And now you see the RSI is at 50. The stochastic RSI is at 60. It is still in between. You need me, and now it is in negative. We are in 15 minutes. Can we see now that it is in negative? Can we see now that it is in negative? It has changed because it is 15 minutes time frame. Trying to show you that, my friend, the market, it is neither the buyers in control, it's neither the sellers in control, and two things can happen. The market can go this side, or the market can go. Am I clear? It is interpretation. Me, I'm not saying enter the market. No. I'm helping you interpret. I'm not saying enter the market, sell, buy. Just to understand what you see here is understandable. How to enter, how to get out in the market, we shall share. But now we want to first understand, what do I see? What I see, what does it mean? Because you see, you would be excited about the crossover here. Someone would be excited. But can we see that although the crossover is here, there is no business? Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat. The crossover is there, but there is no business. I wish you a nice day. Me, I've stopped here. Thank you for coming. I will continue later. I might. My role was not to give you when to enter or leave the market. It was to just when you open the coin like this one, and you come here on technical indicators, you can see and interpret what you see currently. What is happening on this coin currently. And I want you to, the homework I want to give you is when you open coins, look at this MACD. In certain coins, for example, you'll always get different, what do they call it? Different results. This one is just not planning to come down. Okay, let me use this one. You will see that these figures will be different. And that's where I want to put my focus. The figures will be different depending on the performance of the coin. Is it clear? Any time frame depending on your choice. So my role was just to show you what is happening and to interpret. How we are going to use this information will be another lesson. Because you see this coin, yeah, it is singing bomboclat, bomboclat, bomboclat. It is going very many or very far. So this is 4-hour time frame. Can change this to 4-hour time frame. And I look at this chart, come here, and I can see and interpret. Have a nice day. This was one of my hardest classes to explain. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may not have understood everything, but have a nice day. Even me, the teacher, the lesson was very hard for me to explain, but I have tried. I hope you have also tried to understand something. I have not told you to enter the market.
Part, the ones who think, write, create, and start. This is for finding your tribe and catching a vibe, for lighting the way.